This series is not meant to be an accurate representation of the current NASCAR Cup Series. This is a fictional series, ran on NR2003 for enjoyment. I hope you enjoy today's race. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the NASCAR 2003-2022 Sim season. We are in ISM, Phoenix Raceway, for race number 3 of the season. Minor schedule change. They were supposed to be in Las Vegas this week. They changed the schedule. NASCAR changed it. So we are here in ISM, and last week we were talking about Joe Gibbs and how strong they had actually come off at Auto Club. This week it was Hendrick Motorsports putting all 4 of their cars in the top 6. Unbelievable feat for Hendrick Motorsports. Kyle Larson is going to be starting on pole today. He has won here. He won his championship in 2021 here at Phoenix. He's looking to defend that title this year. But without further ado, we're going to take you down trackside for the command to fire engines and get this race going here at Phoenix Raceway.
Drivers, start your engines.
Engines are fired, cars are ready to go. As I said, Kyle Larson is your pole sitter for this afternoon. The rest of the field will come across your screen. Find your favorite driver, where they're going to be rolling off today. First really flat track of the year here at ISM. And as I stated at the beginning of the broadcast here, Hendrick Motorsports put all 4 of their race cars up at the top 6. Field rolls down this long back straightaway here at ISM. Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, front row. They're going to come into the restart zone here, and green flag is going to be out. We are racing in Phoenix. Larson with the good jump to start this race. Shout out to AJ Allmendinger. Looking to make a pass here on lap 1 on Kyle Larson. We're 3 and 4 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. AJ Allmendinger racing a part-time schedule in this car this week. Will not be in the car next week for Las Vegas. Daniel Hemrick will get his first run at it. But Larson will lead lap 1. Battle for the lead still heating up here, as Allmendinger trying to make that pass, and he's going to almost clear Larson here off of turn number 2. But Larson with the run on the high side. Talk about Ricky Stenhouse Jr. here. Rough start to the season, but practice and qualifying went really well for this 47 bunch. He's showing it right now, sitting in the 10th position, working on the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. for 9th. A driver that's extremely happy right now is Ryan Blaney after last week. Last week, Ryan Blaney had a rough race. Him and William Byron that's riding behind him. Both those guys had a rough race at Auto Club. Did not go the way that they wanted it to at all. Blaney just flat out did not have the speed that his teammate Joey Logano had. But this week really showing that he's got something for these guys. He's sitting in 4th position. A little further back, our Daytona 500 champion this year has 1 win here in ISM. He won the 2020 championship here. Chase Elliott riding in 7th position behind Denny Hamlin. got a battle for that third position between Ryan Blaney and Alex Bowman. Blaney taking a look to the inside of the 48 Ally Camaro. Trying to work his way around Alex Bowman. Blaney dives down to the inside, trying to make that bottom lane work. But it's all AJ Allmendinger right now, after he got by the 5 car. AJ hasn't quite driven away from Kyle Larson, but he is logging some laps and leading the laps here. Larson trying to chase him down. Back in the field a little ways. We've got Joey Logano battling again with Brad Keselowski, as they were at the end of the race last week. Picking up right where they left off. Our highest running rookie in the race, Austin Cindric, Q Machine. Kind of rough Daytona 500. Kind of rough last week in Auto Club. We got 3 wide in front of these guys with Christopher Bell. Keselowski dives down to the dog leg. Christopher Bell, he's going to lose a few spots. Not sure what happened at the 20, but he seems to have either made a mistake or there's something wrong with that Toyota Camry. And yet again, Christopher Bell, unfortunately, the odd man out at Joe Gibbs Racing, the lowest Joe Gibbs Racing car at the moment. Battling with Austin Cindric now. Last week's winner, Kurt Busch, came into practice not showing a lot of promise in that 45 machine after being so strong in Auto Club. Kurt had said the car just wasn't where it needed to be. Their short track, intermediate track program, not quite where they want it quite yet with 2311, especially on the 45 bunch being a new team. Kurt was not happy yesterday with the way the car handled it all. Back up the pack a little ways to find his teammate, Bubba Wallace. Not too far ahead of Kurt. Bubba being shown in the 12th position right now, battling just outside the top 10 with Kyle Busch. Behind him you have 10 of Alec Almirola battling Austin Dillon. Field really starting to get spread out as the race continues on here. Truex using the very bottom of the racetrack to work around Ross Chastain. That's for the 8th position, and Stenhouse, he's held in here. He's holding on the outside of that top 10. In the 10th position right now. A little further ahead, we've got Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, William Byron working around Alex Bowman, and the 12 car, Ryan Blaney, Fastest car on track right now. He's gotten around Kyle Larson. He's starting to hunt down the 16 of AJ Allmendinger. Allmendinger not running a full-time schedule this year, not eligible for the playoffs, just here for wins. '16 car definitely showing some speed today. Colleague Racing, their first full-time year, and this is their part-time ride. They'll have 2 other drivers coming in and out of this 16 throughout the season. Next week, Daniel Hemrick is slotted in to race in Las Vegas. Obviously, Daniel Hemrick with the South Point Casino relationship. Car that's struggling today is Eric Jones. Showed some promise at Daytona. It was pretty quick in that 43 machine, and unfortunately the last 2 races have not gone the way that Eric Jones had hoped that they would go. Battling here with BJ McLeod, JJ Yaley, Kaz Gralla, the 50 car, also running a part-time schedule this season. Kaz trying to make a name for himself in the Cup Series. Teammate to Eric Jones, battling right now with the 7 of Corey LaJoy. 4th Harrison Burton out wide. So Petty GMS struggling here on the flat track. Kyle Dillon was up towards the front of the field at Auto Club, did show some speed there. But from what I've seen, it's been a interesting thing to see what teams are good where and what teams are not good where. And Petty GMS seems to have struggled here on the flat track. Practice the other day, they were not fast. Another driver that's a surprise for today is a guy that is usually so good here, Kevin Harvick. Kevin usually dominates at these racetracks. Unfortunately today, Kevin Harvick not showing that speed. He's being shown all the way down in the 26th position. A couple spots ahead of him, we have the teammate to our leader, Justin Haley. But the battle for the lead has heated up over the last few laps. Ryan Blaney has caught the back bumper of AJ Allmendinger. Noted how fast Ryan Blaney had bid the last little while. The top 8 cars have separated themselves from the rest of the field. So we're coming to halfway this time. Blaney using that slightly higher line than AJ Allmendinger. Gets a really good run off the corner, but can't get to the back bumper quite yet. Hendrick Motorsports hanging tough here at Phoenix Raceway. Still have all their cars in the top 7 at this point. So Hendrick really showing that they've got some speed. Byron and Alex Bowman going at it back and forth. And there's Blaney using that higher lane, try to get a good run on the 16. Or he might have lost the nose a little bit on entry. And that's why he went up the racetrack, because he was right on the back bumper of AJ Allmendinger. Now 0.3 of a second. About 3 car lengths separate the top 2. Last week, no cautions at Auto Club. Will we see that again this week? Drivers been giving each other a lot of room. Ricky Stenhouse, he's moved his way up to the 9th position in the 47. This track really plays to JTG's strengths. The short, flat racetracks. Same thing with Stenhouse. Behind him, Trackhouse and Ross Chastain battling with the 23 and the 18. Kyle Busch. Kyle just kind of laying in the weeds here, hoping that one of them makes a mistake. I think Ross Chastain has been holding up this group a little bit. As you can see, they're all stacked up behind him. Bubba Wallace going to complete the pass on Ross Chastain. Keselowski and Logano, they seem like they just can't get away from each other as they continue to race in close proximity to one another, just like last week. But you can see what happens when these cars get too close. The back bumper of another one is Logano. He shot up the racetrack. Ooh, Kyle Busch gets into the back bumper of Ross Chastain, almost spun Chastain around. But they keep going. That hurt Kyle Busch, though. Kyle reporting some damage now on the front of his race car. As yet again, the battle for the lead up front still relatively close. Ryan Blaney and AJ Allmendinger. Brad Keselowski's teammate, 17, Chris Buescher, having a rough day today in the Win and Rewards car. Chase Elliott has fallen off a little bit. Last few laps, Truex had gotten by him. Elliott lacking a little bit of speed. Gonna need an adjustment for that race car. Fourth through 7. Sticking with each other fairly well. Blaney closes down in again on the back bumper of Allmendinger. But Blaney just can't. He gets to the back bumper, but he just cannot make that pass. He can't make the move that he needs to make to get by AJ. Car just seems like it gets a little bit too tight. This time Blaney really close to the 16. Allmendinger, known for his road course skills, which in a way translates to here at Phoenix. There is some braking. AJ's so good on the brakes, being able to roll that speed through the center of the corner as he does on road courses. That skill set translating well here today. Ryan Blaney behind him. He's racing for that top 14. Only 3 races in, but talking about the playoffs, if you're not on that top 14 when Kansas rolls around, you're in trouble. You will not race for a championship. So, and after last week, Blaney's kind of put himself in a hole that he's trying to climb out of earlier rather than later. We're at 10 laps to go. Blaney really hunting down AJ Allmendinger now, and he's going to be there. Ryan Blaney to the inside of the 16. As we've got pit stops, Kyle Larson, he's brought his car in. We're going to keep it right here. Blaney not able to complete that pass off of turn number 4 down the back straightaway. And as I said, we've got a lot of cars on pit road right now. Alex Bowman, the 19 of Truex, the 5 of Kyle Larson. These guys are coming down to get service done to their race cars. Larson obviously with that first pit stall, he's going to come in and make his pit. Bowman right behind him. Looks like the rest of these race cars are going to come in. Byron the first out of the top 5 that's going to come in this lap. Oh, maybe not. Blaney and Allmendinger both in. Pit crew's going to have to perform here. Allmendinger into his pit stall. Blaney is going to come out, but he's not going to come out ahead of the 16. The rest of the cars are going to come down on a pit lane. Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Kirk Jones. At the front of the field, Ryan Blaney trying to use those new tires to his advantage. Underneath AJ Allmendinger, this is going to be what would be the battle for the lead. Blaney trying to utilize the new tires. Allmendinger yet again is able to hold him off as we're going to be coming to 5 to go here. Blaney's trying to use the dog leg to get up to the 16. Trying to do whatever he can to catch him in these final 4 laps, but I don't know if he has enough time to do it. Allmendinger with troubles last week at Auto Club. The best way to get over something like that, having an issue on the pace lap, is to come out the next week and win the race. The problem last week was a flat left rear when the race started, taking AJ out of contention. But this week, able to start up towards the front. And right now holding off Ryan Blaney for what would be a win here at Phoenix Raceway. And Blaney's just looking at the back bumper saying, what do I have to do? 2 laps to go. Kyle Larson, he's also barreling down onto these guys, but he's too far back. Coming to the white flag this time by. Blaney's got one shot. He is there, but can he get to the 16 and pass him? White flag in the air, 1 lap to go from Phoenix Raceway. Blaney's still too far back. Allmendinger off at turn number 2, down the back straightaway, into turn number 3. Blaney's not going to be able to get there. And AJ Allmendinger, he's going to go to victory lane here in the Cup Series. Unbelievable run for AJ. Once he got the lead, he didn't look back. Did have a lot of pressure from Ryan Blaney. Going to pull it down onto pit road for quick lug inspection. Center lock lug on these cars, but they still take a look at them. And AJ Allmendinger, he's going to bring it down to the start-finish line and burn it down for his win. Great job by AJ and that Kaulig Racing team to get the win today. Huge momentum boost for AJ and Kaulig. They're hoping to translate some of that speed to the 31. But AJ Allmendinger, your winner today at Phoenix Raceway. AJ Allmendinger, your winner here today at Phoenix Raceway. Dominating performance once the 16 car got out front. There was nothing that anybody could do to catch him. Ryan Blaney gave him a couple runs for it. But ultimately, AJ Allmendinger able to hold off the Penske Racing driver of Ryan Blaney to come away with the win today. Finishing results will scroll across your screen now, where everybody had finished out this afternoon. Blaney obviously in second. Larson third. Hendrick Motorsports definitely showing up today. Having a good run for most of their race cars this afternoon. Looking on to next week, Las Vegas. And all these crew chiefs, drivers, everybody really looking at that race as an opportunity to see what they have. Next week they're running the 550 package at Las Vegas, so more of a pack style race. Same package they will run there in the fall when they go there for the championship, so a learning experience nonetheless for all these drivers and teams when they go into Las Vegas next week. Allmendinger with the win, not able to race in the playoffs, not running a full-time schedule, but a win nonetheless for that Kaulig Racing team, and now they can pull it off, and hopefully they can translate some of that speed to the 31 car, who was lacking the speed today. But on to Las Vegas next week. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. We hope to catch you in Las Vegas for race number 4 of the NASCAR 2003-2022 Sim season.